So there has been so much development and so much news with Apple recently, and it's not even funny. It seems like every single day there's just more and more drama and more things that are going on, both in Apple's control and outside of Apple's control as well. Now, the very first thing I want to hit on is this Elon Musk versus Apple thing that's been going on right now. So essentially what's happening is that Apple and apparently sent a thing to Elon Musk stating that they're going to take Twitter off the App Store. I don't think it's as basic as that. I think it's a very, there's definitely a process in which Apple does these things. The only time I can think of, there's been two different times that I can think of where Apple skillfully removed apps. And that was one when they were saying that apps that haven't been updated in a long period of time are going to be removed, as well as a lot of Epic Games applications because of, their going around and using third-party, pay systems, which is clearly against terms of service. But right now with Apple going against Twitter, I mean, this isn't really a good look, because what's going to end up happening is that Twitter may end up getting taken down, whether they do, whether they don't. But what's going to end up happening on top of that is that Elon Musk is going to end up making another phone. And on top of that, if he does, and if it ends up being even remotely somewhat successful, which I don't really think it will be, but let's just say it kind of does end up being somewhat successful, that is going to make a dent into iPhones and Apple. And this couldn't have come at a better time, because right now iPhone, and I would say loyalty of iOS and just Apple in general, is starting to kind of flail away. And it's kind of sad seeing this, because so many things that Apple has kind of stood on top of, they've been going against. With the lightning port, them keeping the lightning port, so many users are so upset about that. And when you look back at, a lot of different Apple products Apple has made, they removed the headphone jack early, they never even put in any expandable storage on these devices, they removed the floppy disk early, they removed USB type A so early. They've been on the forefront of so many different things, but them keeping this legacy adapter for so many times and keeping it on all their devices, when in reality they could have switched to USB-C in 2016 when they switched it on the MacBook. But they still have not done that. So if any of these other manufacturers end up creating other products, I could see a lot of people shifting away from Apple, especially in this time when they're starting to put a lot more advertisements, not only in iOS, but just in all the app, most of the stock app applications as well. So that is another crazy thing. If they end up creating so many ads, they may end up making a non-ad for iPhone and an ad iPhone. Could you imagine if Apple ends up doing something like that, where you might pay a little bit more for a non-ad iPhone? That is something else that could end up happening in the future. I've seen this happen a few times. Amazon did this with some phones where they would display ads on the banner, on the lock screen, and they were cheaper than the original ones. So I'm going to be very curious to see what ends up happening in the future. I really hope the loyalty of Apple products aren't really fleeting away, but I guess we're going to pretty much see what's going to end up happening. If you have any other thoughts or questions, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.